Welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program. My name is Niklaus, and we are going to continue our series here. And today we are going to tech up a little bit. We are going to get some antimatter. So we have some glorious antimatter. We're going to work our way towards the controlled reaction. So we get this antimatter fuel rod, and we are going to get some artificial stars that we can then... I thought they were actually called artificial sun. Oh, well, artificial star. So that we can improve our power production around the world. So that is the objective for today. And, well, it starts by collecting some things from the Dyson Sphere. This is a little bit early stage of the sphere here. We get 6.32 gigawatt from the shell. And we can see that, well, they are still launching. If we look at here, where are you? There. So you can see that they're still streaming out here. And if I look at this location, we can see total solar sails. A lot of it are being attached, so that's good. And aside from that, requested power is too much. That's a really big problem, and it's only going to get worse. Now there are no Darkfog in this area, so that's nice. So they will not be... Oh, actually, look at that. It increases here. Well, that is going to be messed up. So what we need to do now is actually get a lot of... where do we have it? We need a lot of concrete. This is concrete, right? Yep, that's a lot of concrete. We're going to need an awful lot of concrete, because we are here at the South Pole. And if we look at the... so it starts out with the 1 square wide, then it gets 2 square wide, and then here it's 3 squares wide. This is 3 squares wide. And is it actually the first one that also is 5 squares wide that I have to take? I think so. Let's just figure out where we need to stand. So that's... I need to go over here at this location, and I'll show you the blueprint that we need to step down, because it is of course already ready. This one, critical photon 60. I think that means I have 60 of these that collect photons, but I can't really... It's not 60 per second for sure, or maybe it's 460 science per second. So it goes all the way out to this location. Good. So let's clean that up and make it a nice concreted area. So we're ready to stamp down our glorious blueprint here. That is the critical photon thing, and it's going to be an absolute nightmare when it happens. So here's the thing. There are a lot of places we can put it, but I think I wanted to have that line going out, heading towards us. There. Oh, wow, it got built. Well, that's not a big surprise that splitters are going to be a problem. So let's get some splitters here. Somewhere there should be some splitters. There we go. We get those. Great. So we get the splitters here. And, well, if we look at this one here, what is it requesting? It's requesting the graviton lenses in. And I'm really not sure that's a good idea. To be perfectly honest, I don't think that's a good idea. Now, it would be nice to have graviton lenses in, but it also increases the... Oh, this is funny. Like, I can't change this. Look at that. I can't change. This is really weird. Okay, so I have to do this part, which sucks. Critical photons. So we are producing critical photons, and the reason why this is out of power is because it's simply not connected yet. But if I do this, then it gets connected. So let's just do this one all the way in. Yeah, and here. So that gets connected. This gets some proliferation done, but it doesn't matter because we're not going to get the critical photons out, because critical photons will overstrain this by a gigantic amount. So let's build it and see. Right, so now we have a solution, but we also have a problem. So if you can see that there's a difference here, these ones are set to power generation, but everything else is set to photon generation. And I have blocked this from receiving it. We are getting some, not a lot, but some. But here's the problem. We are now requesting 20 gigawatt, and it would get even worse. So these ones, when they are on photon generation, they require 5 times as much. I can't remember. Like a lot more, at least. Like this is 21, and this is not 21. This is 2 point something. Yeah, it's maybe even 10 times as much. So what I want to do is I actually want to set these up to power generation, and then just propagate that forward here so that they are set up to power generation. And this one as well. Here, power generation and power generation. And I'm going to be just setting that all the way around. So it's going to be the inner loop and then this loop that will be making photons, and everything else will just be power generation. It'll still be overstraining our power, but it'll overstrain it a little bit less. That seemed to help a little bit. We're now down to requesting 15.7 gigawatt, and we can get that eventually. So with this, and it's also going to increase because of continuous receiving, so it's just going to get worse. But this also means that the other places that rely on the solar power will now get a smaller percentage, which is going to be bad. So I don't know, it's just bad. It's just bad. Let's find a place where we can build. I think that we want this place to be our new build space. Yeah, this looks fine as a new build space. I'm going to be paving this so that we can get it ready for construction. And so the next challenge will be making in here. We're going to make some antimatter fuel. There we go. And there. Why not? Ah, right. This one. You don't need to be there. That's an awful lot of iron ingots I suddenly got, but whatever. And that will be here. That gets all of this built. Particle colliders, and I'm building the whole thing in one fell swoop because it just makes more sense for me. Here. And so what are we getting? We're getting some particle containers, we're getting some processors. Well, actually we're not, but when we get it, this one is unpowered. Okay, so it actually needs a little bit powerful back here. Let's see, so that should... It's not getting any processors are kind of dead. Alright, there's a lot of stuff that needs to be fixed then. But the good news is we get the processor, or we get this, it goes into these and gets split into antimatter and matter, and then it continues. It goes actually backwards. Does it go backwards? No? Oh right, these ones, these are the containment chambers that go through. Containment chambers go in here. They also need some titanium alloy. And then over here, here's an important part about this. This is one of the very, very few places I actually use a sushi belt. But it works as long as you never grab anything from the belt or just take anything out. Because the ratio coming out is 1:1 and the ratio being consumed is 1:1. So it will match on a complete scale here. So that's not a problem. And therefore I just merge it in on the side. Oh, that's interesting. There's also a little bit of a power issue here, maybe because this was not designed to be... Yeah, this is a little bit of a sloppy build, I'd say. That's definitely better. And if I do the same thing on the side, I bet that's going to lose its power, isn't it? Yes, it is. But then we build it here. Alright, so that gets us all of this. Well, the photon generation is not keeping up. Neither is all of this. So I'm going to get titanium alloy and particle containers inbound, and then I'm also going to figure out why we do not have processors. They're not built on this plan either. Okay, so we'll get all those things, and the easy part is actually I'm just going to take one of these. Yeah, that one. So you're going to be getting some of the stuff. That's the titanium. Get it from external source. It's not. Oh, it is coming in. Cool. And what was the other thing? Pink containers, particle containers. There we go. And then the processors as well. Let's get that in another one. And maybe this one. And what was it? Processor. Yes, processor coming in. And then finally, the last one going out is going to be this one here, which will be requested. But let's go to the other plans and make sure that we actually have them exported. Scaling of processors is definitely necessary. These were just 2 of these builds with green assemblers, but now it's 3 with blue assemblers. So that was like a factor 2, and there was the factor of 4.5. So we're basically more than doubling our processor output. The problem was that copper on this planet was actually running out. So this is again why I love my system here with this location. So instead of all of these, if I'd used ILSs, then all of them would have been flipped from import export. Then I just on here, then I just flip this from saying you gather from the planet and export out to being you gather from outside and you distribute it locally. Pretty good. And this one is also now ready to send another one out. I would imagine this one is going out. So that's processors taken care of. Let's take care of the other ones. And adding particle containers here, that will be brought in, so that's excellent. Now we also need to go the other way around. So what I also need to get here is actually not I don't need this, the antimatter fuel rods. Or do I? Maybe I do. But I kind of want these annihilation spheres, but really not a lot of them. So let's just do that, which is not going to happen. Which one did I choose? I chose that one. Okay, so I will also be making one of these things. And that could, for example, be here, here, here. And then get outbound the annihilation rod and get in. And then switch this here. Why do we need this? Well, because that's there. Good. That is going to be provided to our location with the hub. Let's find the hub. All the way towards the end of the hub. We are going to make the stars though. I really wish I had one empty one instead of having to rebuild all of this, another row of this. But I guess I have to build another row. Alright, so we built another iteration on this, and I could build more. I don't really think there's more to build, honestly, but why not just try to build it. Why is this concrete the wrong color? Who made this concrete that weird color? Damn. Okay. Well, that's gonna be fixed somehow, sometime. And I'll just paste it again here. There we go. And also upgrade these. There we go. And that will be now. Let's see if we can make that artificial star here. Okay, 1, 2, and 4 are on the bus. So that's good. This one is not on the bus, and that is going to be the annihilation sphere. That one, and you're going to get input here as well. And not you, but you. Great, and that's being requested in. Good. And then the other things, let's figure out what it was. It was that one. 3 things. What was the last thing? Quantum chips. Oh, it's also titanium. Ah, okay, okay. So that's the first one. This is the second one. And this is the third one then. And it just barely slips in here. Good. And then they get built. 1, 2, and 3. And it goes out. This will be flagged as artificial suns. They are really expensive, but yeah. And then they also need to be put into another one of these builds, and that will be in, if I'm being honest, this is a mistake, isn't it? Yeah, one of them got linked in there, so that's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's gonna be right there. Huh. Too close to another station. Ow, that one. Oops, it's gone now. Look at that. Glorious. We just have perfect room for it. Alright, well, let's set this up. Alright, so this is ready, and you are going to go out here, and everything is going to be just working flawlessly. This is a building component, so I don't think this one can be... when this item is used... No. And... oh, there can be extra products. Ooh, so if the annihilation constraint sphere was proliferated, we would actually get bonus here. So that kind of means I want to proliferate it. That's a little bit annoying that sometimes that when I do these kind of things. So I'll find a way to proliferate it up here, I guess. Okay, so you got actually proliferation here. Oh no, this is going to be such a mess. Because it has to be on this path here. Well, can be done. So I find a way to proliferate it. It's not coming in yet, so let's figure out why it's not coming in, and then babysit it until it is coming in. Alright, we're back here and looking at this thing that's... it's working. Yes, we got the antimatter fuel rod. That's excellent. So we can remove all of these fuel rods here and take that out and then get it into the better fuel rods. There we go. I need 120 of those. There we go. And then I also want to make sure that after they're proliferated, I want to make sure that we have a box that goes in here. And that box like that. And that goes here, and then just get 4 tiles of that. This, and you're going to be outbound, and you're going to be like this. So they will now be bringing it to us. Perfect. And then we get all of this out, and then all of this in. Perfect. And we get better fuel now. I can also just take this. Oh, it disappeared. Where the hell did that go? That's weird. Where did that go? Oh, is that being requested up here? Did I make one that's... Oh, I did. Oh, okay. Well, so it goes up here, and then it goes back to the other planet eventually. And, okay, so there is a production here. Now, why are we not getting the Annihilation Sphere? Well, that's because the Annihilation Sphere is actually completely ready, but that's not exported then. Then that must be the reason why that's a problem. So let's export the Annihilation Spheres. We don't need a lot because it's only for one thing. So let's get this inbound. Alright, 300. That's still something. And let's see. I think it's just a matter of waiting a little bit. If we look at this part, then we're requesting 20.5 gigawatt and we just don't have it. So I think that it's all about the waiting game. And more time has certainly passed. As you can see, the sphere is much more built out, I suppose, than last time. And we also have visitors again in the system, but we'll carefully take care of those. And we have our green square here, where we have all the things that we need. They are looking good and they're ready. So we just need to set up the export again up here, because I disabled it when it was not working. So that will be here. I'll be exporting this one, just a 1000, and that will be local here. And also I think we'll just set it up here. This one will be, let's say 5000, because we're going to be using it for a lot. There, cool. So that is all we need to do here. Then from this location, oh, actually we can just look at this part here. We're getting a awful lot. We're still not sending those out, but we have all that we need in this location. If we look at here, the Dyson Sphere, we are now producing 24 gigawatts. No, we're requesting 24 gigawatts and we are producing 22 gigawatts. So that's pretty good. There's a little bit being taken by the small hives, but we'll need to take care of those. Every single shell or every single solar sail we launch gets absorbed immediately. So we probably need to launch more solar sails if we can. But that's not in scope right now, but that's going to be something we take care of. And if we just go out here, and do we want a little bit of a distraction? Yeah, let's do a little bit of a distraction. Let's see, because we do have that one is scarily close, right? So can I take that out? We should take that out while we are here, right? Just take care of these. This is the beauty. Now you can say like, oh, you're never going to be beating them because they're always going to be getting new ones. Yeah, but you know, these are not really going to be any threat to us as we fly into this location here. We are really close. And how many ships? 1 Darkfog ship. So we can just easily just steamroll over this one. Watch me die from it, from some kind of silliness here. And what about us? We're just shooting rockets. Oh, we need to slow down. Yeah, this one, not long for this world. Oh, let's actually shoot these first. There are the 2 laser turrets that are available or are existent, and the core is destroyed. The good news is about the other ones will set to assemble, but they won't really do anything. And my gunships are shooting. So this is where we want to be. We want to be in a position where, like, once in a while, when these ones come in and repopulate our system, then we just do this. And then we can go onwards to the next location here and land on this planet and set up the imports so we can get some solar... Oh, where is it? There we go, some suns. And they are... Where did we set it up? Where did we set it up? It was over... Nope. There, this weird thing. There we go, that's coming in. There's only 20 in this one. That's actually not much. And let's do that. And they are fully proliferated. That's good. So let's go to the hub And that's a lot of stuff here. Yeah, I started coloring the hub and then I got distracted, and you know, then I didn't color the rest of it. But it certainly needs a bright purple color. I've also disabled this power because this was our deuterium power, but we don't need that anymore. Let's see, and we also needed to do this part. Oops. Here. That one, and you're gonna go in. And not request this, but actually request that. Okay, so it gets 40 inbound. That's all we can get inbound right now. And as we get that in, we can see the first of these. How fast / slow is this building? It takes 30 seconds for one, and this will now be fully proliferated. So that's still, it's pretty good. Lack of materials. Come on, get in here. Inbound. There we go. And there's a little bit of excess, but that gets consumed instantly. And this is starting, this 3.7 per minute. That is absolutely enough for what we have here. Here's the next fun thing. And if you look at this belt, it's going backwards. It's not going backwards. It's my my very poor FPS up here. 24 FPS. That means this looks like it's going backwards. I don't like the fact that it's already getting stuck at 24 FPS at this location. But luckily, I've ordered a monstrous new PC. So that was... that's going to come in. It was a really nice, and I'll get it next week, and then we should hopefully see a better FPS than what we have here. And did we get any? Yay, we got one. Sweet. So should we just plant it down here so that we get the achievement completed? And power it up. Whee! Artificial star. All right, and that is brilliant. 144 megawatt of this one. That is glorious. I think we need to celebrate this by going to a new planet and just setting up a hub, polar hub, but using the stars instead of the deuterium fuel fusion power plants. And so we're here again with the polar hub, level 1, smash it, level 2, smash it out there. There. And then now becomes the difficult one. That's the level 3. I usually do this, but now I would have to go over here. And that goes opposite as well. So that, okay, that doesn't work. I need to fly over there. And drop down here. And then do this. And then tap it so that I'm in the middle. And that will be right there. Go out. And this will then be... yeah, and I'll just get as little as possible I need inbound. And that's going to be brought in. Coming in. And then I need to set it up here. And that gets these 12 or these 6 of them inbound. So with that set up, then just set up the next part is the missile turrets and wait for this to come in. And here it is. It has been inbound, but it doesn't start up as usual. It needs a little bit of kickstart. So we just kickstart 1, we kickstart 3, and they are all glorious, absolutely brilliant. The only thing we're missing though is why we're not getting any missile turrets out, but that's kind of missile Where are the missiles? You're here. Ah, right. Okay, well, that's kind of this belt's fault. But that will just complete this part here. Looking absolutely glorious. There we go. We got this artificial suns. That gets much better power. So this is 6 times 144. No one knows how much that is, but it certainly is enough to keep this powered. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and it gets us a little bit closer to the end game tech. We're not going to be wrapping this one up as we hit the mission completed, but we're going to be continuing as long as there is an interest. So if there is an interest, be sure to hit the like button, let me know in the comment section, subscribe to the channel, follow, join me on Twitch, you know, all that good stuff. And if you want to save games as well, you can pledge on Patreon and get access to save games. Thank you for watching. Until next time, take care and stay effective.